your request, Mr. Holden, the following 3 videos interview were conducted to determine what people look for athletic shoes and what motivates them to buy. The first person interviewed was Harvey Crawford, a style-conscious teenager.
You want to know what shoes my friend and I like best? That's easy. Everything. Everything what Anthony Beckett wears. All you have to do is just look at him. He's gotta be the most famous athlete in the whole world. He's totally awesome. His shoes are really, really hot. Well, the colors and styles are okay too, but we buy them because Anthony wears them, and besides, we get different pictures of him every time we buy a pair, and you can find this picture anywhere else. I've been collecting them over 2 years. Now I've got 7, and Jenna, my best friend, she's so lucky she's got 12. Oh my God, Anthony is just my dream man.
The second interview was with Dan Fix, age 35, an avid runner.
I run at least 5 miles a day, probably 40 miles a week. And you know I'm not exactly a kid anymore. I've got to be really careful about my injuries and protecting my legs and feet. Road shock is my big concern, so I'm always looking for shoes that are going to give me the right support. They need to be well padded, but they can't be too soft. When I run, they have to bend at the ball of my foot so I can push off correctly. Otherwise, I'll put extra stress on my legs and I'll have to work harder. And the heel's really important too. It has to be wide enough to support my feet when they land. So, there are lots of things I'm looking for in a shoe, and I just won't buy shoes that don't give me the right kind of protection.
Our third interview was with Bob Jones, age 45, a working man with a family. He has entirely different needs.
My wife and I have 4 kids. I don't make much money, but I try to provide for my family as best I can. My kids are always needing new shoes. They either outgrow them or outwear them really fast. So we don't care as much about the quality as we do about the price. That's the most important thing to us. Buying shoes can get to be really expensive these days. So we've got to be careful that they don't cost too much money.
This concludes the 3 interviews with potential athletic shoe buyers. It was my impression after the interviews that most people have definite but different ideas about how they want their shoes made. And they will only buy the shoes that meet their own personal needs.